All right, hello. Welcome back to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. And as usual, I'm wearing clothes. I'm wearing a $10 shirt I got from Amazon. So my favorite LOLcow has, a few more videos out. I figured we'd react to one of them. This is a blind reaction. I haven't watched this one yet, so I don't know what to expect. But it's called Don't Savor. It's a story time. So let's see what pearls of wisdom she has for us. This is Anna.
Welcome back to Ask Anna. I'm trying to angle this so you can still see Reaper, because a lot of y'all like seeing him do his little thing in the background. I wanted to make a video because I put on my makeup today, and then
She wears a pound of makeup in every video. So I don't know what's so special about today. Like maybe she used like plaster from Sephora. I don't know, I'm just guessing. Let's continue.
I didn't want to take it off and not be productive. Okay, today I'm going to be talking about cutting off dead weight.
So I'm going to predict she's going to talk about how many people have cut off her from their life. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
And I'm going to tell you a story.
Okay, go ahead.
Because this kind of hurts me a lot. It doesn't hurt me as much anymore, but it really did. There was this girl that I was very close to a year ago, and we both worked together at the same restaurant. We both had the same position.
Was it doggy? I'm shocked she had a job that was something other than being a stripper, actually. So, learning something new about Anna.
We were hostesses, and
Okay.
at the restaurant we were at, it was so busy that you would have two people at the hostess stand. So both of us would work the same morning shifts, and it was a very toxic environment. I ended up getting myself out of there. I helped her get out of there. This girl, she was a mess.
Her calling someone else a mess means a lot. So, this girl must have been living out of a dumpster, plus daddy issues. But let's continue.
But she was beautiful, and she knew how to talk. Like, the credit score was a mess. She had several credit cards that were like maxed out, and then like the credit card companies had like disabled the cards. I helped her get her resume together. I even sat down like during one shift, I think it was like 5 hours, and we went through all of her expenses, and I wrote an entire budget for this girl.
That's like me writing the budget for the Pentagon. You'd be like, "What the fuck?" Imagine this woman is helping you with life decisions. I mean, I hope people that watch her videos really aren't taking her life advice. Okay? But whatever.
And this girl, she had a lot of problems. She had a bunch of drug addictions. She used to be addicted to coke. She was always vaping. She was always hitting other people's vapes while we were working. And if somebody had like a dab pen, like she had no problem hitting that too. Like no problem putting herself in whatever situation and whatever drug. And I thought we were the same. Like I looked at her as like, oh, okay, this is me, but with like dark hair and blue eyes and really pale skin. I thought like I could help her because I had done so much for myself. I thought like, okay, like even though this girl is like 2 years older than me, I can help her. And I had a lot of sympathy for her because she had a rough upbringing. She was just similar to me.
So basically, you both came from broken homes. You both worked at a restaurant, and you both had pale skin. Okay, twins.
It did bother me though because as time went on, I felt like she was trying to be me.
Oh my God, really? In the comments, can someone please tell me if you want to be like this person? Please leave a comment. I need to know. Does anyone want to be like Anna, a stripper?
She got really invested with the singing thing, and she like wasn't a good singer, but she was paying for these voice lessons, and then she would send me stuff of her singing, and then she would want me to like tell her whether or not it was good. And I had just gotten out of like my record deal. Like, you have to understand, like, I was at like a point that was a lot different from what she was at, and I was just looking for a friend. I wasn't looking for somebody to try to compete with me who was not even on the same road as me. She was in the ditch. I was in the left lane, and she was in the ditch, stuck, broken down. But I wanted to be friends with her. Like, she seemed very nice, even though she had the drug problems, the men problems, the emotional problem.
See, a guy would never be like, a man of value, a person with common sense would not be friends with someone who has drug problems, emotional problems, what min problems, like bad family background. Like a smart person, like I understand someone has one problem because everyone has a problem or problems, but you're naming four and four major ones. Okay? Once again, a person with common sense does not befriend a person like that. One problem I get, two problems I get. And, it depends what those problems are. Like, everyone who dates basically has a dating problem because you shouldn't be dating anyway. So we're not going to count that. That's why I'm saying problems, like two. So like maybe you drink too much, but everyone drinks too much, right? I guess. Because supposedly one drinks too much because alcohol is bad for you. But anyway, like if someone's like doing coke every day, you probably shouldn't be their friend. Just, anyway.
To me, it felt like it was stuff that I had gone through. I personally don't do anything. I don't drink, I don't smoke, like nothing. But there was a time when I did. So I felt like if I just like stick around this girl and I'm the positive influence, it'll help her. And there was only one thing I asked for, and this was months in advance. I moved from Austin to Atlanta. In that time period, I had 2 weeks between my leases. I did not have a family that I could stay with in between that time. So I was literally hopping houses. Like, I was hopping couches. And God, there were just some bad situations that I was in because of that. And I don't want to talk about it now.
I'm just going to guess what those problems were. I'm just assuming one of them was a guy lived at the house and wanted sexual favors. That's what I'm assuming. Because I don't know what else it could be. Because a girl like this attracts a certain type of guy. Anyway, like, why is she acting surprised?
Fucking scary though. You don't know people until you stay at their house. And that's worse. Especially if you're pretty. It's worse.
Oh, Lord. You look like you're one sandwich away. from breaking the strip pole. Okay, calm down, honey. Jesus Christ. Every woman thinks they're 10.
Yeah, there was really just one situation that was bad. I don't want to talk about it.
Then move on.
But I was supposed to be homeless for 2 weeks. And it was going to be like more. At first, it was supposed to be like a month. And then I was able to get my new apartment to let me move in like 2 weeks early. But the new apartment, like, it was with students. I was 22 at the time. So I was moving in with like Georgia State students because I figured, like, okay, this will be a good way to ease into a new city, is just do it with college students who are probably going through the same thing, because that's what I did when I was in Austin. I'm still best friends with one of my roommates. I called her earlier today. And the other one too, I'm still close with her. We talked on the phone a few days ago. The other one, that's the one the shit went down with, because I stayed with her and then shit happened.
I thought you didn't want to talk about
It
it.
was disappointing. You don't know people until you live with them, and until you see them choose something other than being a decent person.
I thought you didn't want to talk about it.
That's drugs. Like, you don't know them until they have the opportunity to put something else before themselves. Honestly, it's like not even before you. It's like, what will they put before themselves? So, oh fuck, where was I?
I don't know.
The one promise, I asked her if she would let me stay at her house for like a few days. And this girl, mind you, like, we were making $15 an hour. We were working like 5-hour shifts, and I had 2 jobs. So this was my first one, like the hostess job. We were working 5-hour shifts for $15. I was doing 4 shifts a week about. She was doing like 3. Her rent was $2,000. Mine was like, I think $1,200 was the total of it. And then I owned my car, so the only thing I had to pay for was my insurance. And then she had the car expenses, it was fucking scary. Her rent was more than $2,000. I can't remember. I feel like it was like $22. It was literally double of mine was. And she was not working enough to support herself doing that. So I don't know. I guess she was just calling people to cover her rent whenever it was due. And she was like evicted too. Like, she like got an eviction notice. They never went through with it because, like I said, she's beautiful, like gorgeous. And it's so crazy because
So I wonder how she paid the rent. I wonder how she really got by. I mean, once again, this is a woman. She probably knows the whole story, not telling the whole story. You know, I'm assuming this is another case of young girl. No, she's calling the girl pretty, and she says the girl reminds her of her. Now, remember, she thinks she's a 10. So is this girl really pretty? I don't know, okay? But most likely she has, some 45-year-old dude giving her cash. That's probably how she made the rent. But anyway.
I think it's 2 videos ago I was talking about glowing up, and I looked up to her at that point because of the beauty. And then it's like a year later, and it's like, okay, well, you got yourself together, Anna. You're no different. I don't know. It made me feel some type of way, though. It was like, okay, I got like the credit score. I have the money thing together. I have my life together. But here's this girl who's just gorgeous.
How do you have your life together if you're a stripper? I refuse to be one of those people who think strippers are like living their best life, or like OnlyFans chicks. Like, if you're a sex worker, you're not living your best life. Okay, do not take her advice. So, once again, I don't know how many times I can say this. Do not take this person's advice.
Gorgeous, and I was a little bit jealous at the time, but gorgeous, and she just gets away with all of this stuff.
Yeah, it's called pretty
Like,
privilege.
she literally got out of jail time because of her being pretty.
Well, okay.
So the one thing I asked for was to stay at her place for a few days, because I felt like, okay, I've spent a lot of time working beside this girl. I feel like I know her. And then she backed out. It was like 2 weeks before I was moving out of my apartment. It was so stressful. Like, I was doing so much to make sure I was going to be okay during that time. I had started seeing some guy, and he had like promised me that I could stay with him, and then he like fell through. And this wasn't like me asking to be at people's places for 2 weeks. This was me finding 4-5 different people and then asking if I could stay with them for a couple of days so I wouldn't have to pay for a hotel. And I ended up staying with 2 people. Well, it was all those people had people with them, so I was at a couple of different houses for a few days, and then I actually left Austin early, and then I started driving to Atlanta, and I just started staying in random places after that, which I'm fine. It worked out. But the point is, like, she was dead weight that whole time, and I was just holding on to this hope that she would be there for me when I...
So I think dead weight to her means if she can't use you, you're dead weight. That's the vibe I'm getting. Because she comes off as someone that has the main character syndrome, you know?
I needed her. And this was like a promise that was made like 4 months in advance. Like, I think I asked her in April, and my lease was up in July. April,
Okay,
May,
but
June, July.
things change.
April and March. Like, I asked her pretty early on, and it was like, damn, like, I really, because I helped her get out of her job. I encouraged her to get to her new job.
See, and it's almost like she's only helping out people to get them to help her. That's the vibe I'm getting. Like, if you're just helping someone out to help them out, like, out of the goodness of your heart, then, like, you wouldn't even be having this conversation about she's dead weight. But to me, she's the type of person that's like keeping track, keeping score. Why did two things for you, so you owe me, you know, one of those types.
Did the resume, the budget, like, it's just so frustrating. And my main point is just she knew how to talk, and she talked such a good game, but she could never follow through. Like, she wanted to be an influencer. She couldn't post more than 1 video a month. It's like, yeah, don't be fooled by what people say. I know he's being rambunctious right now. He gets the zoomies late at night. Oh, this is a new vacuum, actually, I got. It's kind of scary. Like, people will put things at the bottom of my apartment that they're giving away, and then I take them. And that thing is, like, really high-powered. I turned it on once, and I was like, holy shit, the people under me probably think it's an apocalypse.
Wait, an apocalypse? She said apocalypse. Wait, we got to hear that again. We got to hear what she said. Apocalypse.
Thing is, like, really high-powered. I turned it on once, and I was like, holy shit, the people under me probably think it's an apocalypse.
Apocalypse. The people downstairs probably think it's an apocalypse. She's straight out speaking Ebonics.
And that thing is, like, really high-powered. I turned it on once, and I was like, holy shit, the people under me probably think it's an apocalypse. But yeah, when people just don't believe what they say,
wow,
look at what they do,
wow,
even for women. Because that was such a hard blow. She literally used me for a YouTube video, too, like, months after. And it was like, the friendship was already gone.
This is first world problems. This whole video is because the girl, she asked her friend if she could stay at her place 4 months in advance for a couple of days, and then she backed out 4 months later. And this is the result. Once again, things change. If you ask me to promise you something 4 months in advance, I don't know how my life is going to be in 4 months. So it's not that I'm being a dick. It's just life happens. It just does. So whatever. Apocalypse. Apocalypse.
Okay. But yeah, when people got problems, like serious, like drug problems, like, okay, I hope you do well. I hope you do great. But it's like, you need to take responsibility and stop talking about shit and actually do it. Yeah, baby. And stop fucking talking about it. Like, ugh. That's it. 2 videos within 2 days. Lucky y'all. Bye.
Oh, shut the fuck up. I gotta hear the apocalypse thing again. Wait a minute, I gotta hear that. Dude, come on.
Apartment that they're giving away, and then I take them. And that thing is like really high powered. I turned it on once and I was like, holy shit, the people under me probably think it's an apocalypse.
Got it. One more time. I'm sorry. One more time. One more time.
Of my apartment that they're giving away, and then I take them. And that thing is like really high powered. I turned it on once and I was like, holy shit, the people under me probably think it's an apocalypse.
I love it. Anyway, I've said enough. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.